Greetings, everyone. Yeah, um, you may have noticed I cleared up some space here. Yeah, um, I mentioned that in one of my videos I was going to talk about this shelf that's behind me. Well, let's get right to it. There's going to be no fade out to a title card because there's just so much stuff in here. So let's just get on with it. Let's just get right on top here. So first off, we have everything's a lot. It's pretty much random, and just like because a lot of it really is not, kind of put together by category or by genre. Minus what I pull out. Some of it is, some of it's not. So first up, we have from the Arrow Video Collection. I don't have very much of it, but I do have some stuff. We have Robert De Niro in Ronin. Yeah. Up next, we have the worst accident I'd ever seen. You all know what that is. That's Pee Wee Herman in Tim Burton's first film, Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Second movie's not that great, but still. Up next, we have Will Smith in the 2-disc edition of I Am Legend. Up next, the musical. One of my favorite musicals of all time. Probably my second one. We have Les Miserables, the 25th anniversary edition. Up next, horror double feature featuring Vincent Price in the original House on Haunted Hill, as well as the 1999 remake. Up next, old school cartoons. Nothing wrong with old school cartoons. It's for kids, but you know what? I don't care. It's superheroes. We have The Challenge of the Super Friends, the first season. So, up next, we have an awesome steelbook that I found at Target for basically $2. I kid you not. It was in their clearance section. Nobody wanted it. We have the steelbook Blu-ray of 31. It's kind of a glare, so we'll take that off. There you go. Creepy, creepy, creepy. And there's the back. Yeah, one thing I love about Rob Zombie's movies is that he really puts a lot of effort into making sure that there's documentaries on there. So that way you can see how he makes his films and whatnot. So up next, we have Vin Diesel, who just recently released Fast 10 in Babylon AD, the Raw and Uncut edition. Basically, the extended cut of the movie. I have not seen this, but I heard it's fairly decent sci-fi thriller. Up next, we have a Tom Cruise classic that basically kicked off his career. Still pretty cool. Still a pretty hot movie. We have Tom Cruise in Risky Business. Yeah. Up next, we have an old school. We're going way back. Starring Bette Davis in Dark Victory. Old film noir. We have up next. We have we're going to the fantasy realm with the second film of the Chronicles of Narnia, the original release of Prince Caspian. Now there actually is an extended special edition of this, which I have, but I'm not sure where it is. It's here somewhere. So up next, we have my favorite film probably of 2020. It took forever to get made, but you know what? I'm so glad that Tom Cruise took the time to make it. Probably my favorite film out of his so far. Top Gun Maverick. We have another version. We're going back into the Matrix with the 4K Steelbook of The Matrix. Musical film, which I just kind of wanted to see because I love the individual who created the music, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did Hamilton and whatnot. We have In the Heights. And we go with some cartoons that I used to remember watching as a kid. For those of you growing up in the 90s, USA had the USA Action Extreme Team. And one of those shows on there was Wing Commander Academy, the complete series. They also had, what else did they have on there? They had Savage Dragon. They had Street Fighter 2. What else was on there? Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter, which is hard to find, by the way. So is Savage Dragon, which I don't think that's ever been released on physical media, I think. But anyways, so we'll go this way here. So there's a little story behind what's coming up next. So if you are known to this awesome sci-fi series, it's been going on for a while. And let's just say that I have to thank my in-laws for getting me this. They were at an auction. This was about, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. They called me up, asked me if I liked this sci-fi show. And I said, yeah. They said, well, they've also got a bunch of other movies in here. I'm not sure what's in it. How much would you want? You know, how much would you pay for it? I'm like, well, maybe $25 at most. So they come back with 2 boxes, like that, similar to that box opening video that I did that had all that stuff in it, that huge box. 2 of those filled with stuff. And mind you, I asked them, well, how much did you pay for everything? They're like, $20. I'm like, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff in there. They're like, yeah. Like, you're welcome. So, what was in there? Well, first of all, we have the first season of Stargate SG-1, and it's the original packaging. Let's see, we'll set this down here. Up next, a bunch of slim cased versions. We have Stargate SG-1 Season 2. SG-1 Season 3. SG-1 Season 4. SG-1 Season 5. SG-1 Season 6. SG-1 Season 7. In the original box, SG-1 Season 8. Are you getting it? SG-1 Season 9. And SG-1 Season 10, the final season. But we're not done. We have Stargate Atlantis, Season 1. Stargate Atlantis, Season 2. Stargate Atlantis, Season 3. Atlantis, Season 4. Atlantis, the 5th and final season. Stargate Universe, Season 1. Stargate Universe, Season 2, and the final season. Stargate Infinity, the animated episodes. Stargate, the Ultimate Edition on DVD. Stargate, the Ark of Truth movie. Stargate Continuum, the movie. Stargate SG-1, Children of the Gods, Final Act. Final Cut. Yeah, Final Cut. Movie. Yeah. The entire series of Stargate was in one of those boxes. I kid you not. I'm like, thanks? But there's more. Which I'll pull out here once we get to the back shelf as part of those box openings. So up next, we have, sitting here behind me, which is kind of hard to grab. So we have the original 1933 King Kong. The PBS documentary series by Ken Burns of the Vietnam War. Really, really good series. So good. He knows how to do documentary well. He really does. Let's see here. We have Shane Black's The Nice Guys. And my wife got this for Christmas this past year. She got the complete first 5 seasons of Orange is the New Black. And I got her Orange is the New Black Season 6. And also Season 7, the final season. So, what else is up here? Okay, so now you've seen, I did a review about this, the 10 Commandments. This is the limited edition 6-disc set, which features both the original 1923 film and the 56 film, both on Blu-ray and DVD, loaded with stuff. Check out my review on that. I'll post a link in the description down below so you can watch it. There's a few down here on the bottom here. So we have on DVD The Hobbit, the motion picture trilogy. Yep, all 3 movies, the theatrical versions of the movie. We have let's see, where's it? Yep. We have on Blu-ray The Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey, the first part. We have on Blu-ray The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. And we also have The Hobbit, The Battle of the 5 Armies. However, we also have the extended edition of The Unexpected Journey on Blu-ray. I'm missing the second one, but I do have the extended version of the Battle of the 5 Armies on Blu-ray. So let's go back here. So up next, we have, this is probably one of my favorite ones that I love. We have from the Toho Master Collection, Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster, in this really awesome packaging. You can't find this. It's hard to find. If you can find it, get it, because they're collector's items. Up next, we have, my wife actually got me this at a yard sale. She thought maybe I might like it, being a sci-fi nerd that I am. We have on DVD the collector's edition of The Last Starfighter, directed by Nick Castle. However, though, I found on Blu-ray the 25th anniversary edition of The Last Starfighter. So yeah, obviously I'm going to keep both because there's different material on both versions. And if I can also find it, I found a video somewhere on YouTube where somebody made like a concept trailer as a proposed sequel to The Last Starfighter. That would be awesome if they could actually get it made. So up next, we have the 4-disc extended edition of The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This is out of print. This is basically what the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and the Lord of the Rings set, their versions of this is. If you can find this, get it, because it is out of print, and I know it goes for quite a bit of money that some sellers like to sell it for. So up next, we have one of my favorite Harrison Ford films, Air Force One, on DVD. And it's usual, flipper disc stuff. I know this just got released on 4K Blu-ray. Why has there not been any bonus features attached to this movie? The only thing that's been ported over since the DVD is the commentary. We need to have the making of featurette. I'm sure there's probably a legal reason why they don't want you to see it. So up next, we have a disaster movie pack. Yeah, featuring 6 disaster-related movies. You can pause it to read all the titles. So up next, we have one of my favorite musicals. Although it's kind of a musical, but it's also a movie. We have the 25th anniversary edition of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Up next, we have the female version of Gladiator, starring none other than Viola Davis and Lashana Lynch from No Time to Die in The Woman King. I have yet to watch that. It looks awesome. So up next, we have, speaking of African American actors, we have classic actor Sidney Poitier in his Oscar-winning film In the Heat of the Night. So up next, on Blu-ray, we have a really awesome documentary that came out just a few years ago, but it is awesome, especially if you enjoy space stuff. We have Apollo 11. Up next, we have the reboot of a video game-based series that has had 6 movies already. Here's the 7th one. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, directed by Johan Roberts, who did 47 Meters Down, which was really awesome. I've only seen about half of this, but from what I've seen, it's alright. There's some quirks in here that I'll probably do a rant about. Yep, I also have this on Blu-ray too, so I'll do a comparison of both of them. And next up, probably one of my favorite sets that I've ever owned. I've always loved the show since I was a kid, but I never got to see the original version of it until a few years ago when I actually found it at Disc Replay, sitting there on the shelf, marked at $9.99. Super Sentai Zyuranger, the complete series. This is what our favorite Power Rangers is based on. Yep. Awesome series. I need to get the rest of it. There's probably about 20 other seasons of this. These are expensive. I was just lucky enough to get there when they slapped that $9.99 sticker on it, and I snatched it up real quick because they go for a lot of money. So, this shelf here. So, we have one of my favorite Liam Neeson. I guess I would call it like his the old man can still kick ass series is what I'm wanting to call this, because I know Stallone's done a few of these. We have Liam Neeson in Cold Pursuit. Up next, we have Nicolas Cage as Nick Cage, also starring none other than the Mandalorian himself in the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which looks awesome, by the way. I have not seen it yet. I got this movie on Black Friday this year. It didn't only cost me $4, but I had to wait about 3 or 4 weeks before it even got delivered because it was going like hotcakes and it took forever to get here. We have Ari Aster's Midsummer. Found this martial art related movie because the individual who directed it was the action director on Ryuhei Kitamura's Versus. We have Death Trance. It looks awesome, so why not? Up next, we have Jared Leto's other comic book movie, which I've only seen bits and pieces of so far. It's okay, but I want to get it on Blu-ray because it has more bonus features. We have Morbius. Speaking of comic book movies, we have one that took quite a while to get through. When you bitch and moan enough to a studio to say, hey, what you have done was wrong, and not only that, you had one of the actors that would not stand up for, he wouldn't stand for a damn thing that they would say. He said, that was wrong. You need to release this. Get it out there. We will make a petition for it. About 3 years of constant going from audience to audience, Warner Brothers finally caved in and said, all right, we need something for our streaming service, so you can finish your movie. We have on Blu-ray Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's right, the 4-hour epic awesome film shot in full frame, not widescreen, full frame IMAX. So, yes, you were correct. It is not shot in widescreen. It is shot in 4:3 format, but it is in the IMAX format. So whenever you watch it, you will have bars on the left and the right side of the screen. That's how he originally intended to shoot the movie. And certain sequences in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman have been updated to kind of fit that setting. However, though, I also managed to find a DVD copy of this. I had no idea it was getting released on DVD. I thought it was just going to be released on 4K and Blu-ray, but hey, lucky me, I guess. So, up next we have a Frankenstein double feature. I love me some Frankenstein. From the Universal Monster Classic Films, we have Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman and House of Frankenstein. I love this poster art. This style, I really wish that Universal would re-release all of these films and put them out in the original VHS packaging that they had released in the 90s. Like, every single one of them individually. That would be so awesome to look for on a shelf. And finally on Blu-ray, which is the last item that is on this upper section here, we have Paul Verhoeven's classic sci-fi Opus Magnus. We have RoboCop. Yeah. Now, if you do buy it on Blu-ray, this is the edition that you want to get if you do not own the Arrow Video Limited Edition. Because it was released beforehand, but the picture quality on it was really crappy. And none of that, though, it's loaded with extras. And the original version that came out was actually a DVD port of the movie, and it sucked. So, all right, let's get to the back here of this first shelf. So we have the complete series of Get Smart, created by, I did not know this at the time, but created by Mel Brooks, classic comedian. We have a reacquisition from after being sold for many years. We have the original Friday the 13th box set of the from Crystal Lake to Manhattan, the Ultimate Collector's DVD edition, which features all 8 of the original movies, minus Jason Goes to Hell, which is the 9th movie, and Jason X. Up next, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the complete series, which features all 3 of the original seasons and the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers miniseries, which would lead into Zeo. So remember those all those Stargate DVDs that I had? Well, this show was also in there as well. We have Babylon 5, the complete 2nd season. Babylon 5, the complete 5th season. Yeah, they're out of order, but I'm working on it. Babylon 5, the movie collection. If I get it in there. Babylon 5, the 4th season. Babylon 5, the 3rd season. Babylon 5, the 1st season. And finally, we have Crusade, the complete series, the spinoff. All of Babylon 5, all of Stargate in one box. All of that for $20 plus more. Now, I have not, and then the other stuff that was also in there, which I did not know was in there, I got all 9 seasons and the made-for-TV movie of 24. So literally 3 complete series in 2 boxes. All of that for $20. You can't beat that. That is one hell of a deal, let me tell you. So up next, we have, I did a review about this earlier. We have the Coen Brothers collection, which features 4 of their movies. All great films, just like any of their movies are. Now it's time to enter the world of Westeros. That's right, we have Game of Thrones, the complete first season, which also came with the exclusive Walmart bonus disc, Houses of the Seven Kingdoms. Oops. We have Game of Thrones, the complete second season. We also have Game of Thrones seasons 3 and 4 as a double pack. Yeah. Now, mind you, these seasons did not come in this box set that in those boxes that I got, by the way. So, wish they did. That would have been even cooler. So, let's grab these out. So, we also have Game of Thrones season 7 there with the Witch King. If I'm wrong on the character name, I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comment. We have Game of Thrones, the complete 8th season and final season. Set these back in here. We also have Game of Thrones, the complete 5th season. This one was pretty cool. We have Game of Thrones with the really cool lenticular cover of the 6th season. Yeah. Now, it took me forever to find seasons 6 and 7 on Blu-ray. I don't know why. But I finally have them all in the same format. So what can I say? And finally, the last one on this first shelf, we have Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Season 1. So yeah, quite a pile of really, really good stuff there. I mean, you know, what can you say? You can't go wrong with some great TV. Let's suit that back there. So yeah, that completes this first shelf. We still got 2 more to go. And mind you, you can't really see the bottom shelf. Well, because I'm blocking it, and you'll see the vinyl shelf basically literally all in pickups like this. So yeah, so with that completes the first shelf. Up next will be part 2, the second shelf. So yeah, there's going to be a total of 3 parts in this. So, yep. So with that, I'll see you in part 2 of the hidden shelf. See you later.